Why do the smartest people insist on being owners? Why is it that the rich, the smart, the truly wise, even when they're so broke they're sleeping on the floor, still refuse to live their whole life as an employee? Why are there people who start with absolutely nothing, yet after a few years they're running their own business, while others work a job for 20 years and still end up back at zero? The answer lies in one core mindset that's been passed down for generations by the Qiaozhou people in China. A mindset that makes them owners wherever they go, leaders in whatever they do, and people who refuse to let life decide for them. Their motto is simple but brutal. Even if I sleep on the floor, I must still be an owner. At first listen, it sounds arrogant. But when you step into the business world of the Qiaozhou people, you realize that line is not arrogance, it's survival instinct. It's entrepreneurial DNA. It's the spirit of people who never wait for someone else to save them. And this one mindset has created thousands of successful merchants, hundreds of Qiaozhou millionaires and billionaires across Asia, and countless rich families that stay wealthy for generations. But why is this sentence so powerful? What gives it that much force over a person's life? And why is it something you and I, no matter what career we're in, should seriously think about? Let's start from one old simple truth. When you're an employee, you trade effort for money. When you're an owner, you use thinking to change your life. Employees follow orders. Owners follow their own vision. Employees are priced by others. Owners are the ones who set the price. And here's the harsh paradox of life. There are millions of employees who aren't technically poor. But there is almost no one who truly owns their mindset and stays poor forever. That's the uncomfortable truth. But if you dare to look it in the eye, your life opens up in a completely different way. The memory of people who became owners from nothing. In Qiaozhou, kids are taught something very strange from a young age. No one was born to be an employee forever. A kid might start selling tea at 10 years old. By 18, they're sourcing goods from other towns. By 25, they've got their own stall. By 28, they own a small warehouse. By 30, other traders have to show them respect. Not because they're genius-level smart, not because they had some rich uncle backing them, but because they think differently. And those thoughts pull them further than everyone else. They believe the bed you sleep on doesn't decide your status. The mindset you carry in your head decides everything. So even if they sleep on a hard floor, they still think like owners. No capital? Then they start with a stall. No stall? Then they run a pushcart. No pushcart? Then they start with one small trade, one simple deal. No money? Then they borrow strength, borrow knowledge, borrow relationships. The one rule: never allow yourself to stay still. The 5-level money mindset of the Qiaozhou people. The Qiaozhou business mindset divides making money into 5 levels of awareness. Which level you're on decides how much you earn. And if you want to become an owner, you have to climb to the highest level. Level 1, using your body to make money. You must be honest. This is 80% of people. You sell your time. You trade your physical effort for a paycheck. You follow instructions. Your income has a hard ceiling. Your time is limited. Your energy is limited. So why do they emphasize honesty so much here? Because at this level, trust is your only real asset. If you cheat once, you might lose opportunities for the rest of your life. As the elders say, if you're making money with your labor, you must be straight. The person hiring you trusts your character even more than your skill. No honesty. No one hires you. Long-term poverty. Level 2, using your brain to make money. You must be sharp. This is the transition level. Here you begin to understand one smart brain can be worth more than 10 strong pairs of hands. Being sharp doesn't mean being sneaky or manipulative. It means being quick thinking and perceptive. You understand what customers really want. You catch trends earlier than other people. You know when to buy and when to sell. A sharp mind is what moves you from employee, skilled worker, specialist, early stage owner. Level 3, using money to make money. You must be decisive. This is where things really flip. The Qiaozhou belief is, money is a tool. If you're not decisive, opportunities will slip through your fingers like water. Most people aren't broke because they never had money. They're broke because every time opportunity shows up, they hesitate. They want everything to be 100% safe. They overthink, They overweight, and by the time they move, the chance is gone. Being decisive doesn't mean being reckless. It means you prepare thoroughly, you study carefully, but when the moment is right, you move fast. That's why these people end up rich. Level 4. Using other people's resources. You must be skillful with people. This is the mindset level of the small owner. Anyone who wants to scale, multiply their profits, and create income that flows even when they're not physically working has to step into this level. Being skillful here is an art. You use other people's strength and they still feel valued. You use other people's intelligence and they still respect you. You use other people's time and they still want to walk with you long term. A person with no people skills, no one follows them. A person who's truly skillful with people, talented people show up by themselves. Level 5. Using people to create profits. You must be generous and open. This is the peak. The truly wealthy Kaozhou merchants all live at this level. Why do they have to be generous? Because if you're not generous, talent won't gather. If you're not open-hearted, your team won't stay loyal. There's an old saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with a team. Owners in their mind understand this completely. The art of reading customers. Right person, right approach. Kaozhou merchants never sell based on their mood. They sell based on understanding. They observe. They classify. They respond differently to each type of customer. That's why they don't argue with customers. They don't force customers. They don't judge customers. They simply understand them. And the one who understands best is the one who sells the most. Picky customers sell refinement. They're quiet, but they'll pay top dollar. They care about details, finishing, and the feeling of worth every cent. Regular customers sell enthusiasm. Regulars are an asset. If you want stable business, you must treat old customers like gold. Rushed customers sell speed. Their time is worth more than their money. The faster you help them, the more they trust you. Thorough customers sell patience. They want full explanations. The more patient you are, the more loyal they become. Rich customers sell status. Not just expensive, but exclusive. Not just beautiful, but you can't find this anywhere else. Everyday customers sell practical value. If you price too high, they walk away. You win them by being fair, solid, and reliable. Timeless sales principles, 100-year business codes. They have rules that sound strange but work extremely well. Want big money? Focus on wholesale. Want smaller but steady income? Focus on retail. Use online to attract customers. Use physical stores to build trust and experience. Some counterintuitive but true strategies. Men should sell women's products because they're less biased by their personal taste and can give more neutral advice. Women should sell men's products because they often see the style and details men don't notice. In hot weather, sell cool things, cold drinks, AC, lightweight clothes. In cold weather, sell warm things, soups, heaters, jackets. Kids' products, low profit per item, but huge volume. Products for seniors must be genuinely high quality, honestly priced. And one crucial truth, the longer your menu, the thinner your profit. The more focused your menu, the stronger your profit. Location strategy, closing secrets, and the ugly truth about cash flow. Location, winning before you even start selling. Kaozhou merchants have a ruthless but accurate saying, choose the wrong location, and you'll lose no matter what you sell. Choose the right location, and almost anything you sell will make money. Why? Because 70% of small business success doesn't come from capital or product, but from foot traffic, the flow of people passing your door. Pick the right spot, you've already won half the battle. Pick the wrong spot, you're losing before you even open. Their location strategy is extremely practical. Even if you only apply 1% of it, you'll avoid a lot of costly mistakes. 1. Near schools, rent rooms and dorms. Students, teachers, visiting parents, all of them need a place to stay, store stuff, or live short-term. Rentals bring steady, recurring income. The market is stable, predictable. Why not open a restaurant there instead? Because restaurants depend heavily on emotion, trend, and taste. They can boom and they can crash. But rooms for rent? People always need a place to sleep. Owners don't chase what's flashy. They chase what's stable. 2. Near hospitals, open pharmacies. Have you ever seen a pharmacy next to a hospital that's empty? Almost never. This is the power of non-optional demand. People don't go to a pharmacy next to a hospital because they feel like it. They go because they have to. The Kaojo merchants love these models: essential demand, low chance of disappearing, consistent flow of customers. They pick locations where customers don't really have a choice. They must buy. 3. Near industrial zones, massage and recovery services. Why not a convenience store or a restaurant? Because factory workers are exhausted. Their top need after work is recovery. Massage becomes a basic human need there, like eating, sleeping, breathing. Kaojo merchants are masters at spotting pain points. The bigger the pain point, the stronger the demand, the more stable the revenue. 4. Near parks, toy shops, and kids, entertainment. Where there are kids, there is spending. Where there are families, there is entertainment demand. A toy that costs $4 means nothing to a parent in the moment. But the number of toys sold, that can be massive. It's the small item, huge volume model. 5. At apartment neighborhood entrances, convenience stores. How many convenience stores at the gate of a neighborhood go bankrupt? Very few. Because this is habit-based cash flow. No matter the weather, time of day, or mood, people still need water, noodles, spices, tissues, basic supplies, repeated needs, repeated revenue. 6. At intersections. Motorcycle, car repair shops. Where vehicles stop at red lights is where people suddenly notice problems. Weak engines, scratched paint, soft tires, strange noises, need for air. If you pay attention, you'll notice many crowded repair shops sit right at intersections. That's not random. It's behavior-based business design. Do you want stability or do you want to get rich? Kaojo merchants remind each other. If you want stability, take care of your existing customers. If you want big profit, you need one powerful move. Why are old customers so important? Because getting a new customer often costs 30% extra effort, 40% more expense, 50% more time. Old customers don't need to be convinced again. They just need to feel cared for. Smart business owners don't obsess over the number of strangers. They build a base of loyal, returning customers, people who buy from them for 5, 10, 20 years. If you want stable business, never neglect old customers. But what if you want to break through? You'll need one big move, a standout product, a unique batch of inventory, a high-profit deal, a bold upgrade in your business model. Why one big move? Because real wealth usually comes from one big correct decision, not from 100 tiny ones. Look back at most rich people. They became rich from one project, one business, one game-changing decision, one brave pivot. The root problem. Where did all the money go? Here's the painful part, and it's the most important part of being an owner. There are countless workers, small owners, online sellers, shop owners who earn tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands every month and still end each year broke. Have you ever asked yourself, I've worked all year, so where did the money go? Kaojo merchants answer instantly. If you don't understand accounting, you don't know how to keep money. If you don't clearly know your true revenue, your real expenses, your leftover inventory, your actual profit, then you cannot make any accurate decision. You will. So sell but not really profit, import goods without knowing if you're overstocking, spend without tracking work all year with nothing to show for it. Running a business without basic accounting is like driving with your eyes closed. You might not crash immediately, but sooner or later, you're hitting something hard. Simple example, the lemonade stand. Let's say you sell lemonade at 40 cents a cup. You sell 100 cups a day, $40 stay. In a 30-day month, $1,200. Looks decent, right? But that's just revenue. If you deduct lemons, sugar cups, ice, electricity, labor, wear and tear on the juicer, you might be left with only $200 to $250 a month. But many people feel like they're making $1,200, so they spend freely, assume they're doing great, use up both capital and profit, end the year at zero again. This isn't rare. This happens every day to millions of people. Why? Because there's no financial statements, no tracking, no distinction between revenue and profit. The solution? Learn simple accounting. That's why Kaojo families make their kids learn accounting young. They teach them how to track money coming in, money going out, profit and loss, capital turnover, profit margin, inventory levels. And they deeply believe, if you understand accounting, you understand how to keep money. You don't need a full corporate accounting degree. You just need owner-level accounting, notebook accounting, simple cash flow tracking, basic profit calculation. One small street-level accounting book could completely change how you see your own finances. Being an owner is not a job title. It's a mindset. Many people think being an owner means an office employee's AC, a big sign outside. That's just the wrapper. Real ownership is owning your time, owning your thinking, owning your cash flow, owning your decisions. Someone might be sleeping on the floor today, but if they think like an owner, they can be rich in 5 years. Someone might sleep on a luxury mattress, but if they think like an employee forever, they can spend 20 years in the same place. There's an old saying, your status is decided by your own resolve. Your wealth is decided by how you think. If you've watched or read this far, you already have the seed of an owner's mindset inside you. Don't let it die. Don't let life push you into a corner you didn't choose. Let this one sentence be your turning point. Even if I sleep on the floor, I must still think like an owner. Owner mindset. Why 90% of people never get rich. The elders in Cao teach a deep line. People aren't born poor. They just think like poor people for too long. Ask yourself honestly, why can some people start from nothing and become owners in 5 years? Why can others work for 20 years and never move up? The answer is rarely luck, background, or connections. It's mindset. People who stay broke tend to think, as long as I have a stable job, that's enough. A paycheck is all I want. Risk is scary. I don't dare start anything. What if I fail? Cao people think the opposite. If I don't start, I am guaranteed to stay poor. If I don't control cash flow, it doesn't matter where I work, I stay broke. The difference between these two mindsets is like the difference between a farmer and a forest builder. The farmer thinks in seasons. The forest builder thinks in decades. Owner mindset doesn't start with having money. It starts with one decision. I take responsibility for my own life. The 3-layer mindset. Think, see, do. Cao people don't get rich by accident. They follow one core philosophy. If you want to be rich, your mind must be clear, your eyes must be sharp, and your hands must be fast. They pass down 3 layers of mindset. Layer 1, think. Think bigger, think longer, think differently. Employees think in days, professionals think in months, owners think in years. You can't get rich if your mind never goes beyond today, this week, this month. Ask yourself, how far ahead am I really thinking? Someone who can only see what's right in front of them will miss every long-term opportunity. Someone who can think long-term can be broke today but still see the path forward. Layer 2. See. See people, see markets, see timing. Cao merchants have extremely sharp business eyes. They don't sell what they like, they sell what the market needs. And that requires observation. Examples. See tired people? Open recovery services. See people in a hurry, sell quick meals, grab-and-go items. See older folks, sell honest, reliable, high-trust products. See a packed residential area, open a convenience store. See a busy intersection, open a repair shop. Every move is based on real demand. So ask yourself, am I selling what I like or what the market truly needs? That difference will create 2 completely different futures. Layer 3. Do. Act. Test. Take small risks for bigger gains. Cao merchants don't jump into crazy risk, but they also don't sit around waiting forever. Their formula, small risk, reasonable profit, repeat many times. Once they've built enough experience, they place one bigger, bolder bet. Why do so many people stay stuck? Because they think a lot, observe a lot, but never move. They hesitate, they overanalyze, they wait for perfect, they wait until they feel ready. Meanwhile, owners start while they're still learning. They don't wait to be perfect to begin. Ask yourself, how many opportunities have I let pass just because I hesitated? The golden rule, simple businesses survive. Cao merchants hate complexity. They're convinced the simpler it is, the more profit you keep. The more complex it gets, the easier it is to blow up. That's why, the shorter the menu, the stronger the profit margin, the fewer the products, the easier the management, the smaller the space, the lower the risk. The leaner the process, the happier the customer. Modern people love giant companies, endless product lines, huge, flashy setups. Cao merchants go the other way. They start small. They keep it simple. They stay focused. They make it lean and efficient. Small beginning plus correct method grows fast and strong. Big beginning, wrong method, collapses early. So ask yourself, is my way of doing business simple and sharp, or messy and overcomplicated? Hidden power. Saving money instead of burning it. There's one secret that keeps people forever poor if they don't learn it. Kyojo people never spend everything, even when they're poor. Why? Because their philosophy is, the money you keep is the only money that truly belongs to you. The money you spend is already someone else's. So they live like this. Earn 10, spend 5. Earn 20, spend 8. Earn 100, spend 30. The rest is kept too. Turn capital, reinvest, expand the business. Bad news? A lot of people in other places live the opposite way. Earn 10, spend 12. Earn 20, spend 25. They increase spending faster than income. Profit hasn't appeared, but debt is already showing up. Kyojo people reverse it. Save first, spend later. Ask yourself, how many years have I been making money and still have nothing saved? If you can't answer that honestly, your cash is leaking somewhere you're not tracking. 4 habits that keep you poor forever. In Kyojo business circles, there are 4 forbidden habits. Have 1, hard to get rich. Have all 4, poverty for life. No record keeping, no tracking cash flow. You tell yourself, I'll write it down later, or no need to track, I remember. That's how you lose capital, profit, control over inventory, and any real idea of your results. Emotional spending. Buying without thinking. This is why some people do fine when they make $800 a month, but go broke when they make $4,000 a month. They upgrade spending, not saving. Fear of change. Clinging to the old way. The world is moving fast. If you don't change, you get left behind. A restaurant that never goes online. A clothing shop that never live streams. A business that never updates its model. Doing everything alone. Not knowing how to use people. The more you do alone, the more tired you get. The more tired you get, the more mistakes you make. The more mistakes you make, the more money you lose. Kyojo merchants understand. If you want to be rich, you need people. They don't try to hold everything in their own hands. They learn to delegate, trust, build systems. The power of a team. Why Kyojo people rarely work alone. Their highest level business philosophy. Use people. Don't overuse yourself. Many small owners say they're their own boss, but in reality, they're their own overworked employee. They do everything. Selling, buying, accounting, marketing, customer service, logistics. That's not ownership. That's being a prisoner of your own business. Kyojo merchants, once they have enough capital flow, do 3 things immediately. Hire people to replace time-consuming tasks, keep good people with fair, attractive rewards, share profit based on contribution. They know 1 person equals the strength of 1 person, 10 aligned people, the power of a system. Those who know how to use people multiply their effort. Those who don't slowly destroy themselves. Ask yourself, am I running my work, or is my work running me? Cash flow. The soul of ownership. If you want to be an owner, you must understand cash flow. If you don't understand cash flow, you won't survive long in business. Kyojo merchants never ask, how much did we sell this month? They ask, how much is left this month? That's the real owner's question. Revenue makes you feel rich. Cash left makes you actually safe. They track 3 flows. Cash coming in, cash going out, cash being kept. A store that's losing money, its cash is leaking. An online shop that sells a lot but never gets rich, its margins are too thin. A person who makes $4,000 a month and stays broke, spends everything. It all comes down to one thing, no control of cash flow. If you're still reading this, it means your owner mindset is stronger than 90% of people out there. So let's end with a decision. If you're ready to stop thinking like a lifelong employee and start thinking like an owner, affirm it clearly. I choose to be an owner, not just an employee.